For my advocacy project, I chose to advocate for a more racially and culturally inclusive education system. According to Jeannie Oakes in her book, Teaching to Change the World, in 2014, 50% of students were white, 25% were Latinx, 16% were African American, 5% were Asian, and 3% were biracial or multicultural, meaning half of the students in the United States are considered to be a marginalized population. Still, however, marginalized students are often underrepresented in schools. In the United States, 79% of public school teachers are white, and in many states, the curriculum isn't inclusive to those with different racial and cultural backgrounds. Black boys, in particular, face an increased challenge in school because of the high rate of misdiagnoses, such as being diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, and emotional disturbance disorders. Conversely, students of color are extremely underrepresented in gifted programs. This causes students' learning needs to be misrepresented. In addition to misrepresentation in the classroom, the school-to-prison pipeline is another unfortunate occurrence faced by students of color. An increased number of disciplinary referrals and harsher punishments faced by students of color sometimes result in involvement with the authorities. To try to rectify this issue, I think it is important for schools to train their teachers on how to strictly follow the guidelines of CRSE. For the welcoming and affirming environment portion of CRSE, teachers should take the time to learn about their students' intersectionality. They should then include their findings into the classroom. This will help students to feel more comfortable and understood in the classroom. By learning about students' lives outside the classroom, teachers can also encourage higher performance by focusing the curriculum around what is relevant and significant to their students. Teachers can do this by exploring timely events, such as Black Lives Matter, which may be important to their students, and allowing students to learn through each other's experiences. For the inclusive curriculum portion of CRSE, teachers should take the information about their students' racial and cultural backgrounds and widen the scope of their teaching to identify and include how the lives of certain groups were during various time periods. Lastly, for the professional learning portion of CRSE, teachers should commit themselves to being accepting and learning as much as they can to benefit their students. For example, if a teacher has Chinese students in their class, they could take Mandarin classes to make their students more comfortable. All of this in mind, the strict use of CRSE builds culturally responsive teachers, which then translates to culturally inclusive classrooms. If students feel more understood and that they are better able to dictate their education, we can close the opportunity gap and stop the school-to-prison pipeline. We need to change our education system to make it more inclusive to everyone.